everybody, it's Camille Martin with Love to Lose, and this is where I teach you how to love your life and lose the weight. I remember growing up in the 70s and riding in the back of my parents' station wagon on the way to the beach with my little brother, and the two of us asking about a million times, when are we gonna be there? How many more minutes? How much longer? And I'm sure you can relate to this. And in the video today, this week, what I'm gonna talk to you about is how this mindset of are we there yet and trying to get to the destination is just like dieting. And it's one of the main reasons that they just don't work. It's psychological. So what I want you to do, and this is what I'm going to talk about, is I want you to consider switching from a weight loss goal to a goal of longevity, of living longer. And I'm going to tell you how to adopt that mindset and why it works so much better, and actually how focusing on your longevity and your health will help you finally lose the weight. So when you're focused on a goal, on a finite goal or a destination such as weight loss, it does keep you from reaching the goal, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but sometimes you do actually reach that goal, and this is a problem because when you do achieve your weight loss goal, and I'm sure at some point in your life you've done a diet, a crash diet, and you have actually gotten to goal weight, whatever the hell that means and how stupid is that, but you have probably reached your goal weight at some point in your life. But what happens when you do reach your goal weight? You pull back, you quit the diet, and then you go back to what you were doing before that. In other words, your old habits. And when you go back to what you do consistently, if they are bad habits, the weight is just going to come right back. However, most of us do not ever reach goal weight, and the reason why is because focusing on a goal of, I want to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds, that means what you're doing is you're noticing how far away you actually are from that goal. If you want to lose 15 pounds, all you're going to focus on is how you have 15 extra pounds stuck to your body. And when you focus on what you look like, and you're looking constantly at things you don't like about yourself, what you hate about yourself, and you're resisting your body like that, that resistance pushes you to do the very things that you're not supposed to do on the diet, and therefore the weight does not come off. And that brings me to the next reason that focusing on a goal weight doesn't work. And that is because all of that resistance that you're feeling that's pushing you to do the opposite of what the diet's telling you to do means that you have to gather tons and tons of willpower to force yourself to try not to do all of those things that you're not supposed to do. So what happens when you use willpower is that you're using force, and that means it makes it hard to make those the right choices that you're trying to make, as opposed to inspiration or an increase in your motivation because you're excited about the results that you're seeing. So that use of willpower keeps you ironically from that goal weight because you're forcing yourself to try not to do things as opposed to allowing yourself to engage in the right habits. So now let's look at what happens when you're focused on what's going on inside your body rather than outside your body. In other words, your health rather than your weight. So the first thing that happens is that when you shift to a journey mindset rather than a destination mindset, is that you all of a sudden realize that there's no failure. It's just a lifetime series of making small choices each and every day, at every moment, in fact. And some of those choices or those actions are not going to work out so well, and some of them are. So it's a trial and error process. That means it's the opposite of try and fail. Trial and error means you're shifting and adjusting. Try and fail means you have to give up and quit. The second reason this approach works is that obviously when you're focused on how you feel, it's a lot less resistance that you're creating than if you focus on what you look like. So when you're focused on how you feel, you're noticing things that are changing about your mood or about your attitude toward life or about how your body feels when you wake up in the morning. You're not waking up in the morning, putting your feet on the floor and going, oh my God, I look so disgusting. I still have the stomach. I still have cellulite on the back of my legs, my arms look untoned. So it creates zero resistance because you're just focused on the feeling that you have rather than the way that you look. And the next reason this approach works is that there's no willpower required. You're not having to force yourself to eat fruits and vegetables so that you can cut calories or cut carbs to lose weight. There's no force required. It's more inspiring to eat fruits and vegetables and to get your body moving for living a long life and living a healthy life. That's inspiring, inspirational, and motivating rather than having to use force and feel all of that resistance. So it makes it really easy for you to make the right choices. So how do you change from a destination mindset to a journey mindset? I'm going to give you 4 easy ways to do it. The first thing you can do is to do activities that give you a sense of peace and acceptance of your body. So don't weigh yourself and stop sucking in your stomach. I even sometimes do makeup-free days. It just makes me feel like I'm not resisting my body or, putting on makeup to cover up wrinkles. And it takes your focus off of your body and helps you get more in touch with how you feel. The second thing you can do is do more self-care activities. Practice meditating. That's a really hard one for me. I'm a high energy person and it's hard for me to sit still. But anytime I get to sit outside and just be in nature and feel peaceful, that helps me get in touch with how I feel and get in touch with my body. Take a day off work just to do nothing, just to relax. And if you don't work, but you are a mom, that's like 20 jobs in one anyway, so you really are working. But get a babysitter if you have to. Enlist some help from friends or from your family or your husband, and just take a day off. Go get a spa treatment, get a massage, read a book, do all of these things that make you feel like you really truly do care for yourself and care for your body, which is the opposite of how you feel when you're trying to lose weight. The third thing you can do is to focus on cooking. I know it seems like, what's the big deal? Who cares about that? And what does that have to do with longevity? But it really does, because when you are cooking your own food and you're taking care to actually prepare a meal, it helps you interact with your food, the food that you're nourishing your body with. When you just order fast food or order out or go out to eat, that's fine to do every once in a while. But that disconnects you from your food, and it puts you in that space of, I'm not supposed to get pasta when I eat out, or pizza or whatever. I'm supposed to get a salad. When you're at home and you're deliberately and with thought preparing a healthy meal, it helps you get that sense of food is nourishing, and that's what puts you in touch with focusing on health and living a long life. The fourth thing you can do is read about health and longevity. It's so inspiring. All of the new research that's being done right now has so many implications for the length of life that we are capable of living. And if you take charge of your health and you read about it, and you read about nutrition and read about how food affects your body, it makes it so much easier to make the right choices. When you put yourself in the passenger seat of having someone tell you what to do or tell you what to eat, I can't tell you how many times people say, tell me what to eat. I'm not going to tell anybody what to eat. And the reason why is when you seek out that information on your own, it makes you feel more in control. So seek out the information, look it up, get immersed in longevity and health. And it really is just so truly inspiring, and it does help you make the right choices. And speaking of inspiring reading, I've got 3 recommendations for you to get you started. The first one is Young Forever by Dr. Mark Hyman, and I'm certainly not being paid to promote any of these books, but I've just finished reading this, and he is a medical doctor that does a lot of research in aging and prevention of aging, and it is super inspiring. He knows his stuff. He's obviously a doctor, and it's really cool to see what he does in a typical day to ward off the hallmarks of aging. The second book is Blue Zones by Dan Buettner. I think that's how you say his name, but he has researched the places in the world called blue zones where people have the highest population of centenarians in the world. And it's really cool to see what they all do that they have in common that is most likely contributing to a very long life. And the third book is Finding Ultra by Rich Roll. I swear to God, this is like one of the best books I have ever read. I highly encourage you to get it if you want to be inspired, especially if you are quote unquote middle-aged. This guy was or is a recovering alcoholic and a fast food junkie, smoking cigarettes, high stress legal career, and he felt like he was having a heart attack the night before he turned 40 and completely transformed his diet and is now an ultra marathoner or runner or biker, swimmer, whatever. He's an ultra triathlete, Ironman, double Ironman, you name it, he has done it. And he tells you what he has done to transform his health so massively. It is incredibly inspiring, and I've read it probably 3 times now. I've dog-eared pages and underlined. Can't recommend it enough if you want to be inspired to live longer. So to wrap it up, it really truly is a journey and not a destination. I know we've heard that phrase so many times and it's really overused, but it is true, because when you are focused on living longer rather than just trying to lose weight, it does make it easier to make all the right choices. And let's face it, why are we here in the first place? Are we here to look good in a bikini and wear a size 27 jeans? I mean, no, that's not why we're here. We're here to live a high quality life, and we're here to live as long as possible so that we can contribute our full potential to the world. So I encourage you highly to focus on your health and your longevity rather than just weight loss. And I promise you, if you shift your focus to this, it's gonna make it so much easier to lose weight because you're not focused on it anymore. You're just gonna get it thrown in. I really hope this video helped you. If it did, make sure to like it and share it with a friend. And if you haven't signed up for my weekly newsletter, head to my website at CamilleMartinRD.com and get yourself signed up to get more inspiration, motivation, and tips on living a long, healthy life so that you can love your life and easily lose the weight. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you here next time on Love to Lose.